CNBC-TV18 and Root Mobile present TED Talks, Navigating Digital Transformation.
Hello and welcome to CNBC-TV18 and Root Mobile present Tech Talks, Navigating Digital Transformation. Now, this is an enlightening interview series featuring experts from Root Mobile, a leading communication platform as a service or CPaaS provider. This comprehensive series will delve into the transformative impact of CPaaS solutions, digital fraud prevention, the power of omni-channel communication strategies, and more. Today, I'm joined by Gautam Badalia, who's the Chief Strategy Officer at Root Mobile with 17 years of diverse experience in strategy, investment banking, mergers and acquisitions, and structured finance. And he spearheads corporate strategies and strategic initiatives, including M&A, transformation, and cost reduction to drive long-term growth and enhance shareholder value. Today, he joins us to discuss how to navigate the communications industry in the age of digital transformation. Gautam, great to have you with us. It's a grand question, but we'll try to simplify it as we go along. So let's start the conversation by looking at the influence that digital transformation and technological advancements have had on the communications industry, and what are the sort of challenges and solutions which are coming up here?
Sure. Thank you, Gautam, and thank you everyone for having me here. First of all, I think digital was only a buzzword till about before the pandemic, and since the pandemic, it has kind of increasingly become the need of the hour. Today, we cannot visualize a day where we are not using some of the other use cases of CPaaS, right from booking your Ola, Uber, or ordering on food on Swiggy, doing your financial transactions, booking a flight ticket. Pretty much everything has some elements of CPaaS which is kind of there, and today it is increasingly becoming the backbone of enterprise communications. If you were to look at the enterprise use cases, I think the enterprise use cases have also started to evolve in a big way, and what we are kind of witnessing today is a lot of use cases where enterprises are looking at rendering better user experience to the user and thereby create a better brand impact. So this is something which I think now with a lot of NLP, AI, ML, blockchain, we've been kind of working towards making it more and more robust. In terms of some of the challenges, I think that I can kind of foresee immediately, and that's where generative AI has completely kind of changed the rules of the game, right? A lot of companies had invested into their own NLP, but now with this open AI constructs like ChatGPT, I think the rules of the game have changed, and a lot of those players will have to kind of again rework on their entire work stream. Another use case, I think, with the digital transactions increasing multiple times, digital frauds have also kind of increased quite a bit, be it in terms of swim swaps or various other phishing elements that are increasingly becoming more and more with the increase in digital transactions. And that's where players like us have to kind of create and ring fence the entire ecosystem. And that is where we see a lot of opportunities also evolving. Things like mobile identity, things like working on conversational bot frameworks by ingesting that with the ChatGPT or OpenAI construct. We believe the opportunity size has only increased, and we're really geared up to kind of tap into this opportunity in a big way.
We've just scratched the surface, but as you say, Gautam, that the rules of the game have indeed changed, and change is something which a lot of brands have to keep up with, especially when they look at consumer engagement and consumer experience. Now, considering data is the new oil and there's a wealth of data coming from customers, from employees through various channels, the question then arises around data privacy and protection as well. So what's Root Mobile's approach to data privacy and protection, and how are you sort of securing customer data throughout its entire life cycle?
So that's a very pertinent question. I mean, right now, I mean, considering data is being used across a lot of ingesting into a lot of applications. So we as a company, Root Mobile, we are a very global company, and since last few years, considering we are servicing, I mean, the who's who in terms of clients, it was very, very important to adhere to all the data regulations that are widely prevalent, and within that GDPR was kind of the biggest of the lot, and we have been one of the earliest adopters of the entire GDPR compliances, and by virtue of that we've been able to offer a very robust, a very secured regime to the enterprises. and we believe each geography will gradually come up with its own data protection laws, and companies will have to kind of keep investing into the entire data stack such that the data, in terms of encrypting the data, in terms of not misusing the first party data for third party. So a lot of those elements I think will increasingly become very important, and that's where scaled up organized players like us will have a lot to kind of tap at, which I think from a lot of those smaller fragile players, it will become very difficult for them to kind of comply in terms of the data regulations globally. And that's where we believe only scaled ups and organized players like us will have an upper hand in this entire data privacy kind of play.
That's true. You need the right partner, especially as your brand is sort of hyper scaling up in terms of servicing the needs of its customers. All right. You mentioned a few examples at the start. I want you to expand on that and cite a few sectors and industries that have significantly benefited from implementing CPaaS solutions. Any use cases that you could share to that regard?
Yeah, immediate use case that comes to my mind, and which I think all of us have been using it on a daily basis. And India today has taken a stride, which is leaps and bounds ahead of anybody else, for that matter, in terms of the entire UPI infrastructure. The entire financialization and the digitization of the economy by virtue of the UPI stack that we have kind of built is a case study on its own. And to kind of help that through the CPaaS use cases, either in terms of authentication or in terms of notification. And that's where CPaaS has kind of led to significant, or rather becoming the backbone of the entire UPI infrastructure. Now that UPI infrastructure is being exported to a lot of geographies abroad, we believe Route Mobile again will stand to kind of have a significant play in terms of that being the backbone of such UPI infrastructure. The other examples that I can think of, so we work with a retail electronics retail company, right? And what they essentially use our CPaaS application powered through WhatsApp is the entire post sales, the installation is all powered through WhatsApp. So as an user, I get the WhatsApp video, I can talk to an agent, I can pretty much do everything that is required to kind of set up and install a new gadget or a new electronic thing that I have purchased. So a lot of these things are happening. A very interesting use case, I was recently in London and I was using my credit card for my tube, right? I was just tapping it and just it was giving me the access to get into the tube, right? So in India again, it gives us a lot of pride in saying that for one of the metro arms in the country, we have powered that through UPI. So you can pretty much scan the UPI and it becomes a frictionless journey for you. So some of these use cases are only increasing, and we believe with 5G now coming, with video becoming the role play, I think a lot of these newer use cases will evolve in a big way.
All right, I want to take that a bit forward and understand how Route Mobile stands out from its competitors, especially in ensuring this seamless and integrated experience. Some of the use cases that you cite, it's all about being seamless and integrated. How does Route Mobile provide that in terms of communication and security solutions, that sort of integrated and seamless experience? How does it do it better than its competitors?
Great. So Route Mobile, if you look at it today, we are one of the largest, if not the largest CPaaS player out of emerging markets, right? And for some of the products that we service, we believe we have a significant advantage vis-a-vis a lot of our competitors in terms of scale, in terms of the quality of service that we offer. And we realized about a few years back that omnichannel was the need of the hour, right? Most enterprises wanted everything under one umbrella. That's when we started focusing on creating a very robust omnichannel stack. And as we speak today, we have already all the channels that you can think of from an enterprise use case standpoint, and enterprises are using those use cases under one umbrella. From an enterprise standpoint, if they get everything under one umbrella, the benefit that it accrues to them essentially is they are able to visualize the ROI or the effectiveness of particular channel and do more hyper-personalized contextual interactions with their customers. So that's where we believe a lot of pieces, I think we've been able to stitch it together and create a very robust omni-channel stack. We have we have recently set up our Route Lab in Bangalore, which again, should be a hub for the developers to kind of create and ideate and create more such innovative products. And within this also, we realized at a point in time that with the entire omni-channel stack, digital frauds were also increasing multiple times. And that's where with true sense, thanks to our Colombian counterparts, I mean in Massivian, we've been able to create a very robust stack on that front as well. And some of those POCs are work in progress with enterprises and telcos in India. And we believe, I think we have a lot of ammunition now to kind of tap into the enterprise market.
All right, so lots of exciting developments happening internally, but we're just a few days away from the big date, August 9th, when Root Mobile hosts Root Amplify. So I want you to share with our viewers as to why this event is being conducted and what should they expect from this event.
Yeah, so this is Root Amplify is as the word amplify stands, right? We are trying to kind of now take it to the best in the industry. I mean, we have participations. It's kind of a culmination of our vision, and our vision we would want to align it with the industry stalwarts. We would have participation from across all various industry verticals. We'll want to have more knowledge transfer. We'll want to learn from what enterprises are kind of experiencing at this point in time. What are the areas of improvement? So we intend to have widespread participation from across the industry fraternity, and it is the first of its kind, I think, that we're trying to set up in India. And we believe, I think this is a good starting point, and we would want to make this as an annual exercise.
All right, 9th of August, block the date if you want to amplify your growth prospects. Meanwhile, that's it from all of us here on Tech Talks, Navigating Digital Transformation. Gautam, thank you so much for being part of this conversation.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Have a great day.
CNBC-TV18 and Root Mobile present TED Talks, Navigating Digital Transformation.